Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena grathitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. May we be protected, may we be nourished. May our study be, may we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment, not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa. The Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, and showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So this is our meditation on God, taking the text of Srimad-Bhagavad Gita. Sorry. And sorry, in the beginning, some disturbances. So we are in a very important section of the study. Very important. As Sri Ramakrishna said, the goal of life is to see God. Seeing means realizing. Realizing God. And here God is manifesting in so many forms. And we are to see Him. But the problem is, our eyes are to be developed. Our eyes are not developed, so we are to develop the eyes. How we see? We have instrument of seeing. Through that instrument we see. We have eyes. So I can see this whole world. So this is called Charma Chakshu. Charma Chakshu means physical instrument of seeing. Physical instrument. And naturally it has limitation. We can see only whatever is physical. And then we have been given intellect. So we can understand something also. Like that's also kind of seeing. Say suppose we are sitting in this room, this house. So this house we can see. But can we see why the roof is not falling? For that we need to understand the principle of gravity and also the maximum stretch that a building material that was used here can retain. So that we can understand through our intellect. So it is called Bodhika Chakshu, or eyes of intellect, or intellectual understanding. So something falls. If we say Newton saw that apple was falling, of course gravity was discovered about 1000 years before him, Bodhayanacharya. So he discovered, that was in India and even formulated. But anyway, that's not the point. Point is, there are so many forces are working which we cannot see through our physical eyes, which we can understand. How we understand? We observe things. So that is perception, sensual perception. Then through intellect we try to figure out how it is happening. Even physical eye, how we see, is not that physical eye sees. The light is the impression that the stimuli is taken by the retina, and then it is taken to our brain, and brain takes to our mind. Then only we can see. Many times our eyes are open. When we are driving, eyes are open, but we don't see. Many times we miss the turn. So, attention, the addition of mind should be there. So, which is possible through our intellect. And many things nowadays, how these small gadgets are working. It's not physical. Everything is based on principles, various principles. A silicon, a small chip, now nano chips, or even 1 nanometer thick, only one layer of matter. Now they are thinking of quantum computing. So all these are very, very subtle, which we cannot see, but we can understand through our eyes, through our intellect. So it is called bodhika, or intellectual understanding. Then comes third. Third means, what's the cause of it? So this house was built. House we can see, but we cannot see the architect, we cannot see the builder, we cannot see the laborers. And then somebody on the first time when he came on this plot of land, he said, oh, there should be a house. So by extension of our intellect, we can understand, we can imply, since this house is there must be a originator. So this is third level of understanding, or we can say implied knowledge. Implied knowledge. But you see, we are happy with it. All the time we do these three. But we never try to understand, or never try to find out what is the basis of all these three. And that is called another level, or the highest level, or ultimate level. What is that? Cause of all causes. This house is here, we can see. We can imply, or we can understand through our extension of intellect, that there must be a builder, there should be an architect, and on the principles it is standing. And then there must be a originator. We can understand. But you see, originator also was standing somewhere. He had some ideas. How those ideas came. So there must be a cause of all causes. So that is called Karana of all the Karana. How we know that? It is called Atindriya Anubhuti. It is not seeing like this, I am seeing you. See, I am speaking. There must be a speaker. And a speaker must have some ideas. All these we can understand. But a speaker, until or unless there is a conscious being, how can all this whole process happen? And nowadays, in artificial intelligence, people say, yes, Swami, you are speaking, our computer also can speak. But you see, the person must be there. The programmer must be there. Even the concept must be there. Even the whole thing must be based on something. Now here what we are discussing is vision of the universal form. It is not seeing like as we see. It is not seeing as we intellectually understand. It is not the implied meaning. It is the reality that we experience all the time. Atindriya anubhuti. The realization, suprasensual perception. It does not depend on any instrument, any intellect or understanding or implied meaning. Nothing. It is the basis of all, everything. And we have in our previous classes, we also thought about so many layers of understanding. One may see only the utility point of view. One may see the physical beauty of it. One may see the metallurgy of it. One may see the principle behind it. And ultimately one can see the whole thing is made up of energy and energy alone, nothing else. So this way we have to evolve. It is not that we evolve without doing anything. So that one should evolve through purity of mind. We have been given this mind. And mind plays trick when it is impure. And when it is pure, then only it can perceive the imperceptible. As Sri Ramakrishna says, that whatever is pure, the purest, it is one and the same thing. So, pure mind, pure intellect, and pure self is one and the same thing. So to understand this, what Arjuna saw here, we must evolve. We must purify our intellect. We must purify our whole system. Then only we can understand what is being said. Now, saying this, then let us go back to the text. So here, this should be the attitude to study this. It is not that, oh, so many eyes, so many mouths and bahudara vaktra netram. Then we may lose the spirit of it. We have to understand what is the spirit behind it. And that way we can see. See, a little glimpse we can have. When we fly, we see vast universe. So that time we can have the immensity, the idea of immensity we can experience. And nowadays we have, various telescopes. And through that, images of various galaxies and how they are interacting, how they are even merging in tremendous, humongous speed. So nowadays we can have a glimpse of it physically. But that's only physical. But here what is being said, it's not physical. It is direct perception. Atindriya anubhuti, without the help of this physical instrument or even intellectual understanding. It is direct perception. So Arjuna was blessed with that. That's why that eyes are called Divya Chakshu. Charma Chakshu, then Bodhika Chakshu or intellectual understanding, then implied meaning. We can understand Karana, but behind that is the Supreme Being, that is Atindriya Anubhuti. It is not physical. But how to express? So author has this great challenge. He has to say something, but we don't understand. So he said in a phrase, or we can say some imagery. You know, we are familiar with faces. We are familiar with tummies, hands, feet. Okay, so he took that. Because our teachers are so wonderful. Wherever we are, they want to help us by lifting us by hand. So that's why Vyasacharya chose this one. And this is also expression of direct experience. Therefore, if we go through this, we also can have that experience. So let us go. So I'll read it because, you have read many times, many of us. I'll read it, but this should be the spirit to understand what is the meaning of it. Drangshta karalani chati mukhani drishtaiva kalanala sannibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasida devesha jagannivas. Now Arjuna, first he was flabbergasted, seeing, what is this? And then he was afraid also. And because of that, he was full of devotion. He could understand that there is no other support in this whole world, but God alone is our own support. Again, when we say God, then we think somebody else. No. He is within us. So He is within us and He is our only support. Whenever we try to find support in others, it will fail. Certainly it will fail. So only support that we have is within us. And it is divine. Only thing, we must have that understanding to discover this. So I'll read the meaning. Having seen thy mouths fearful with tusks, blazing like pralaya fire. Pralaya means destroying everything. We can see how galaxies are colliding and merging, and then it becoming a black hole. Everything is rushing to that. Even light cannot come out of it. So like that, I know not the four quarters, because I am also perplexed. Dishu na jane na labhe na sharma. And then I am unsettled. I am fearful. And I cannot feel peace. Labhe cha sharma, prasida devesh jagannitas. Oh Lord, you are the resider, or you are the holder of this whole universe. The whole universe reside in you. Prasida, be propitious. I pray to you. O Lord of the Devas, abode of the universe. I know not the four quarters, nor do I find peace. Have mercy. Have mercy. Now this surrender must come in our lives. Then only life is fulfilled. Again, surrender means not surrendering other. Surrendering to self. You see, he's so close, but still we miss him. We go to the next. It's a word meaning also you can see. And we have completed this one. Then we go forward. अमी च त्वाम धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः सर्वैः सहैवाव निपाल संगैः भीष्मो द्रोणः सूतपुत्रस्तथासौ साहसमदीयैरपि योधमुख्यैः वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाणा विशन्ति द्रंष्टा करालानि भयानकानि केचित् विलग्ना दर्शनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः. All the words meaning all are physical. Only through your extension of understanding you are to understand the meaning. So all those sons of Dhritarashtra with hosts of monarchs, Bhishma, Drona and Sutaputra. Sutaputra is Karna. With the warrior chiefs of ours enter precipitating into thy mouth, terrible with tusks and fearful to hold. Now here one thing to understand. Kalaha jagat bhakshaka. Kala means time. Time devours everything. In course of time, the whole creation is created. In course of time, it is all devoured, absorbed, destroyed. So we like creation, but this is the system. Whatever comes to be, that must be absorbed. So he says, all those sons of Dhritarashtra with hosts of monarchs, Bhishma, Drona and Sutaputra, with the warrior chiefs of ours, enter precipitately into thy mouths, terrible with tusks and fearful to behold. Some are found sticking in the interstices of thy teeth. All these are, it is, we can see it. When a fearful tiger eats something, something is sticking between the teeth. So, our idea is God is ever compassionate, all blissful, but here his terrible form. That is also his form. In Chandi, mother kills. So I used to read the meaning of it. Then one devotee came, Swami, when you read this, it looks like I go to the market and kill everybody. So fearful, even Chandi. And Sri Ramakrishna says that even in the beginning, he had difficulties to understand how mother is killing, The description there you can find, it's really fearful. Mother is killing, and even the blood is oozing, and she's eating that also. Yes, lots of things. Anyway, but here, destruction is natural. Otherwise, creation cannot come. So, here this also we have completed. Now some examples are given. Yathanidinam. What is shown here? Everything is happening without somebody's will, or it is happening by the will of God, or will of Supreme Being. And everybody is like flowing, like water is flowing to and merging in the ocean. Yatha nadinam bhavam vegaha samudrameva abhimukha dravanti tatha tavami naraloka vira vishanti vaktranya vivijjalanti. Verily, as the many torrents of rivers flow towards the ocean, so do those heroes in the world of men enter thy fiercely flaming mouths. Again mouth. So why mouth? Because mouth devours. Mouth means kala here. Kala devours. And everything is being absorbed in the universal form. So example is given. Yatha nadinam. Nadi means rivers. As rivers rush with all the water to the ocean, similarly, all the people are rushing towards you and getting absorbed. Vishanti vaktranya vivijjalanti. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samriddha vega tathaiva nashaya vishanti loka tavapi vaktranya Bhaktrani Samriddha Vega. Similarly, as moths precipitately rush into a blazing fire, only to perish, even so do these creatures also precipitately rush into thy mouths only to perish. So we can just imagine the whole world is getting merged in the mouth of, of the Lord. And nowadays, that black hole. Recently, two black holes they collided, and black hole and two stars, and then made a big black hole, and then some gravitational waves were released, and we have a LIGO here. In Tri-City, LIGO means they are always observing the gravitational waves. So they have means a long tube, and then they receive the gravitational wave. Anyway, so this is only to give an example. Delihya grasamana samantat lokan samagran badanir jaladbhi tejo bhirapurya apuryam jagat samagram bhasastavograha pratapanti Vishnu. Vishnu here means all pervading. All pervading. Vishnu, generally we say with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. That's a physical representation, because he has power of destruction, power of creation. He sustains, Vishnu. But here it is all pervading. Swallowing, or we can say not destruction, that destruction is related with Shiva. As a Gada, he represents Gada, and Chakra. Of course, sometimes he kills also. Like when we see through various aspects, then we separate. And it is to teach those who are beginner or novitiate, but God is not separate. It is one unified whole. But to show why somebody should create, we see some in factory something is created. So okay, Brahma creates, Vishnu sustains, and Shiva destroys. But they are not separate. So we go to the next. Akhyahi meko bhavanugraha rupo. Please tell me who thou art. Namastute Devavara Prasida. I offer my pranams, O Devavara, O the divine, please be propitious. Vijñātum ichchāmi bhavantamadhyam. I want to know who thou art. Nahi prajanami tava pravritim. I know not what is your desire, what is you are for. Tell me who thou art. Fierce in form, salutation to thee, O Supreme Deva. Have mercy. I desire to know thee, O primeval one. I know not indeed thy purpose. Even I am your friend, but I do not know who you are. Generally, friends are very open to each other. They share who am I, and what is my capacity, etc. But here, you are strange. I do not know who you are. So Bhagavan now says who he is. He introduces himself. I am Mr. So-and-so. So, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krit Pravritta. I am Kala, I am time. And now I have made up my mind to devour this whole Lokakshaya. That means we want to destroy some people. World destroying, Prabuddha mighty. So, Kalosmi, I am the mighty world destroying time. here made manifest for the purpose of unfolding the world. Even without thee, none of the warriors arrayed in the hostile armies shall live. So, in course of time, of course, Arjuna also had to leave. Um, so these all are will be destroyed. I am Kala, I am time, I am destructing principle. Kalosmi, I am the Kala. Samahartu. So like in the previous shloka, he says, Leli Hyase. Like you are enjoying the, like we lick something and we enjoy. Similarly, you are as if you are enjoying this absorption. Leli. Leli Hyase Grasamana Samantat in 30th. Leli Hyase, like you are enjoying your, when you are devouring. So beautiful poetry. Kalosmi Lokshaya. And you see the lofty idea. Kalosmi Lokakshayakrut Pravidha. So I am now, Pravriddha means like I am mighty. I am now originated or initiating to destroy the world. Lama Samahartum. That means to enfold, to take inside. Haran means stealing. And Samahatum means to collect, gather. Pravrittaha, engaged. Tvam, thee, Rite, even without you. And I am now going to devour all these warriors. Anyway, here he introduces, and then Tasmat Tamuttishta, therefore you get up, Yasho Labhasya, and enjoy or have the or acquire Yasha. Yasha, that means fame, fame. Tasmat, therefore do thou arise and acquire fame, conquer the enemies and enjoy the unrivaled dominion. Verily, by myself have they been already slain. Be thou merely an apparent cause, be an instrument in the hands of me. So what we do, whatever we do, it's already done. What we do, we only become an instrument or a pretext, nimitta matram. God has already done. So should we not do anything? When we have the idea that I must do. So that idea is also given by him. If I don't do, then what will happen? Remember that one. Karmani eva adhikaraha. You have right to function. Ma phaleshu kadachana. But never on the fruits thereof. You have no right on the fruits. Ma karma phala heturbhu. Therefore, not to be entrapped by the expectation of results. Then why should I do? If you don't do, then you will be attached with non-functioning. So don't be attached with non-functioning. Be flow. Like a river, water flows. Mate sangastu akarmani. Ma, not. Te, you. Be attached, sangaste, akarmani. You should not be attached with non-functioning. Therefore, you must do. You'll have some opposition also. That also you have to fight it on. Tasmat tamuttishta yashulavasya. Then you get up and acquire your fame, yashaha. So this is, like, this idea is not new. In the previous chapters also Bhagavan said, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Everything happens in course of Prakriti. Ahamkara vimudatma karta aham iti manyate. Only the egoistic fool or confused person thinks that he is doing. So whatever the idea comes that I must do, then I must do. A time will come when the idea will go. Then no need of doing. So then karmanya karmaya pashet akarmani cha karmaya sabuddhiman manusheshu sayukta krishna karma krit. Then you'll see while performing that you are not performing. It's being done. And when you are not doing, then you are doing. What you are doing? Not doing anything. That you are doing. Therefore you must do. And then be wise. So, Bhagavan here says that I have already killed them, don't worry. You are worried that how can I kill my guru, my grandsire, my elders, my relatives. I have already killed them. And then he says, Dronancha bhishmascha jayadratancha karnam tatha anyan api yodha viran maya hatastvam jahima vetishta yuddhasva jetasi rane savatnai. This idea comes when one is surrendered. Therefore Bhagavan says, Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata. Therefore you take refuge in me in all your understanding, all your states. Sarva bhava. And finally he also said that sarva dharman parityajya, leaving everything aside, mamekam sharanam braj. Take refuge in me. Aham tva sarva papebhya. I'll remove all your bad karmas. Mashucha, don't worry. So this Sharanagati, when Sharanagati comes, then only one sees that everything is being done by him and we are only instrument in his hands. Again, this body-mind complex is only a shadow. Shadow cannot do anything. It is the being that does. Shadow only follows. But shadow thinks, like, I am doing. Rabindranath Tagore wrote a beautiful poem. Ratha, the chariot is going. And a dog is going underneath. So, and people, devotees are going and frustrating before that the God, Jagannath. So, Ratha thinks, oh, see, they are prostrating me. The chariot thinks that they are prostrating me. Ratha bhave ami, so like Hashe Jagan, Antarjan. Only everybody thinks, and the dog who was walking is thinking, I am carrying the whole thing. So, people think that we are doing, but actually we are not doing. We take the credit and then we suffer. So, Hashe Antarjami, that means the Antaryamin laughs, seeing that all people are thinking that they are being honored, but actually everybody is being honored because of me. So Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, as well as other brave warriors, these already killed by me. Do thou kill. Be Be not distressed with fear. Fight, and thou shalt conquer thy enemies in battle. So this way, after this, Sanjay Uvacha, Sanjay says, Etat srutva vachanam keshavasya kritanjalir vepamanah kiriti namaskritva bhuya evaha krishnam sagadgatam bhita bhitah pranamya. So then Sanjay says, because he's our, the beauty of this is, um, nowadays we have video cameras. So video cameras take the zoom in and zoom out. So what is the expression? Everything we can see, but we cannot see what they are thinking. To modern camera has got this limitation, but we have a camera whose name is Sanjay, who goes to the heart of that situation and describes us in detail. So Bhagavan say here, Sanjay says, then what happens? Having heard this speech of Keshava, the diademed one, that means Arjuna, Kiriti, like that headgear, with joined palms, trembling. So he was trembling out of fear, out of respect, out of devotion, whatever. Prostrated himself. And you can imagine that also. It's like a video camera. And again addressed Krishna in a choked voice. Why choked? Out of devotion. Overwhelmed. Because he could understand that he is not an ordinary person. The divine, the supreme being himself. In a choked voice, bowing down, overwhelmed with fear. Though he was a courageous man, he never harbored any fear. But here he was trembling. It is because of the enormous presence of the divine, and he realized in his self. Arjuna Vach. Now, Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakirtya Jagat Prahishyatyanurajyate cha Rakshansi Bhitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namasyanti cha Siddha Sankha. Arjuna said, it is meet, O Rishikesha, that the world is delighted and rejoices in thy praise, that Rakshasas fly in fear to all quarters, and all the hosts of Siddhas bow down to thee in adoration. These are various entities. Siddhas means perfected one. In south is Sittar. So I went to a place. So the Pujari means the worshipper, said, Swami, come, Sittar. So I had to translate Siddhar, Siddhas. So perfected one. So everybody is worshipping, and because of the enormous presence of the divine. And it is he himself who has taken all forms. Tat srishtva tadevanu pravishat. He creating this, he entered into it. Architect, he creates, and as if he is present in every created things by him in principle. So here, like we go forward. Kasmachate na Namiran Mahatman Gariya se Brahman Upyadi Kartre Ananta Devesh Jagan Nivas Tamaksharam Sadasat Tat Param Yat. Now here one statement is very important. Sat Asat. Sat and Asat. Sat whatever exists. The being. Asat the non-being. You are beyond that. What we conceive, oh, something is existing. Say this computer is existing, or this table is existing, and something does not exist. But you are beyond existence and non-existence. So that means he cannot be expressed. And if he cannot be expressed, can he be realized? He can be realized. So every day, in what we do, we are now awake. We go to dream state. And then we go to dreamless state. So that dreamless state, whether, we cannot express whether it is existing or non-existing. And what is based on the source of that even dreamless state, what is that? It cannot be indicated. It cannot be limited by words. It is what it is cannot be said. That's why Brahma ki, and Sri Ramakrishna said, Brahman ki mukhe bala jayena. It cannot be said, but it can be experienced. How it can be experienced? Through pure mind. When it is adulterated, when mind is adulterated, it cannot conceive even. Therefore, our only prayer is to purify our mind. That should be our effort and prayer. So Siddha Sangha, all these people are, okay, we'll go forward. And why should they not? A great one. Tasmachatena namiran mahatman. Bow to thee. Why they should not? Because you are the supreme. Gariya se brahmano pyadikatri. You are the greatest. And the primal cause of even Brahma, O infinite being, O Lord of the Devas, O abode of the universe. Thou art the imperishable, the being and the non-being as well as. And Sri Ramakrishna said, he existed, he osti nastir pare. That means he is beyond existence and non-existence. When we see something exists, that means we are limiting. But that cannot be limited. Even our real being cannot be limited. Similar. Ananta Devesha, you are infinite. And Devesha, you are the Lord of all Devas, Jagan Nivas. And the whole world is in you. The whole world reside in you. Tamaksharam sadasat param yat. You are Akshara, Akshara Purusha. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. And in 7th chapter, Bhagavan said that he is Brahman. And Aksharam means undecaying, imperishable. So this way, he goes to the next. Tamadi Devaha Purusha Purana. So here it is praise. In praise, you can praise God in his front. You can praise King in his presence. You can praise Gurus in their presence. But friends are to be praised behind them when they are not there. And workers should be praised after the work is finished. So here he praises God in his presence. Tamadi Deva, you are the Adi Purusha. You are the divine in the beginning. Thou art the primal Deva. Adi Deva. Adi means you are the origin. Uh, Purusha. Purusha Purnatvat Puri Shayanatva. That means you are full, you are complete, or you reside in this self. Puri Shayanat. He is lying down um, in this city of 9 gates. Purana. You are the oldest one. Nobody is beyond you. Tamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam, and you are the supreme abode of the whole world. So many ideas are repeated because there is no words. There are no words to express what he wants to express. Vettasi, you know everything. Vedyam cha param cha dhama, you are the supreme abode. Tvaya tatam vishwam ananta rupam, and by you everything is pervaded. Even your consciousness is pervading everything. Your consciousness is pervading everything. Thou art the primal Deva, the ancient Purusha. Thou art the supreme refuge of this universe. Thou art the knower and the one thing to be known. Thou art the supreme goal. By thee is the universe pervaded, O boundless form. Now these are the qualities that we are to meditate on. I know many times people think, oh, it is why it is so many repetition. But repetitions are very important. Because through repetition we have impression. And when we have impression, then we gradually try to have that. And in course of time we realize. So repetition is very important. Even physical repetition. We eat every day. We go to gym. Those who go every day. So repetition, that means by repeating things, a samskar is created. And it is very important. We are not fed up with physical impressions. Same politics, blaming each other. We like it. To wash that dirt, we need this repetition. So repetition is not bad. Tamadi Deva, thou art the primal Deva. We go to the next. Thou art Vayu, Yama, Agni, Varuna and moon, Prajapati, Prajapati Brahma, and the great grandfather. Salutation, salutation to thee, O thou, O 1,000 times. Salutation to thee 1,000 times, and again salutation, salutation to thee. So there is no words, only salutation, salutation. This is when one realizes the enormous or enormity of the existence, that comes naturally. So salutation. Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. You are everything. You see how he is concluding, gradually bringing our understanding to see God everywhere, even in physical perception also. Is physical perception other than the reality? No, because physical existence of physical perception is also in that reality. Without that reality, nothing can exist. So when we see physicality also, that is also based on the divine. So this way we are to see. And then comes surrender. Namaha purastad atha prishtataste. Namostu te sarvateva sarva. Ananta viryamita vikramastvam. Sarvam samapnoshi tatoshi sarva. Salutation to thee before and behind, salutation to thee. On every side, O Lord, O all, thou infinite in power, and the infinite in prowess, pervadest all, wherefore thou art all. You are all, everywhere it is. See here also everything is Him. When Narendranath entered to that shrine or temple of Mother Kali, before that he did not believe in Kali. And he was suffering from penury, poverty. So he requested Sri Ramakrishna, please tell your mother that I have this difficulty. Sri Ramakrishna said, why should I? You go, you ask mother, and whatever you ask, she will grant you. But Narendranath, when he entered, he realized her presence in every being, everything. Everything was vibrating as it were. And in her presence, the majestic presence, he forgot everything. And he asked only vivek, discrimination, vairagya, renunciation, knowledge, jnana, and bhakti, devotion. And then he came back. And then Sri Ramakrishna asked, did you ask? Oh no, sir, I forgot everything. Go again and ask. Again he experienced the same thing. So it is experience, it is not words. We have to experience, we have to extend our understanding. By purifying our mind, we are to seek. And it is present everywhere. One can realize it. And then surrender. Namaha purastadata prishtatasta. Salutation to thee, before and behind, salutation to thee on every side, O all. Thou infinite in power and infinite in prowess, pervadest all. Wherefore thou art all. You are all, everything. Sarvatah pani padam tat sarvatokshi shiromukam. Everywhere is your hands, your feet, your eyes, your head. Nothing is without Him. All are Him. Everything is in Him. All are Him. He alone exists. He alone is. Sakheti matva prasavam yaduktam. We have to stop here, but let us read it because otherwise we will start again. Sakheti matva prasavam yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti, ajanata muhimanam tavedam, maya pramadat pranayena vapi, yaccha vahasartha masatkritosi, bihar sayyasana bhojaneshu, eko athava apyachyuta tat shamaksham, tat kshamaye tvam aham aprameyam. Whatever I have presumptuously said from carelessness or love, addressing thee as O Keshava, O Yadava, O friend, regarding thee merely as a friend, unconscious of this thy greatness, in whatever way I may have been disrespectful to thee in fun, while walking, responding, sitting and or at meals, when alone with thee, O Achyuta, or in company, I implore thee, immeasurable one, to forgive all this. Aprameya. Aprameya means cannot be measured, cannot be quantified, cannot be limited. So aprameya. And Achyuta. Achyuta means you never are deviated from your own being. Sometimes we remove our office cloth and then we are householders. And then we say a cop, when he is in uniform, he is a policeman. But when he comes back, he is the father of a son, maybe a husband of a wife, like that. But Achyuta means you are never deviated from your own self. but because of my ignorance, I must have addressed you without any courtesy or uncourteously. So please forgive me for all the transgressions. So wonderful. So let us realize that God is in every being, in everything. God alone is. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. I did not ask for any question because, is it okay? Okay. Okay, next Sunday we'll have Gita class, and then on 8th we'll have Shivaratri. And some people want to spend the whole night. Those who want to have, it's fine. And then 17th we'll have Sri Ramakrishna Puja.
Sri Ramakrishna, bondage breaker thou. Sri Ramakrishna, before thee we bow. Our love for you grows and grows eternally. Eternally. Sri Ramakrishna, we're tired of this play. Sri Ramakrishna, let us hear you say, you are my own and I am yours eternally. Eternally. Only you will know when our ignorance will end. Only you can save us from the hands of time. Sri Ramakrishna, light of love we praise. Sri Ramakrishna, no darkness can erase. Your presence deep within our soul, eternally. Eternally. Eternally, eternally.